everyone, I'm Aureolin. We're back to another episode of Aureolin's Heartrate Gaming. We're back to Fallout 4. We just finished killing Kellogg and we're gonna go and talk to Piper in Diamond City and see what information she has for us on continuing our investigation, on finding our son. And I'm gonna try and cut these, because this game is so humongous and the episodes are getting really long and lengthy, so I think I'm gonna start really chopping everything together, and hopefully the end result will be that you guys just see really good fight scenes or story sections, or if I find a magazine or a bobblehead, I'll definitely share that with you guys. So hopefully that'll make it more interesting for you guys. Alright, so on the roof. Open the door. What? Whoa! Look at that!
Of the Commonwealth. Do not interfere. Our intentions are peaceful.
Sure look it!
We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
The Brotherhood of Steel! Woo! That's not intimidating at all! Okay, we just picked up a radio signal, so let's see what they have to say.
Repeating. This is Paladin Dan's on frequency 9-5. All Brotherhood of Steel units are to return to the Cambridge Police Station immediately for reassignment.
Okay, so Dance is calling us back. He says, "Come, come and join me."
Deep into that darkness, peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing.
Okay, here we are. Talk to Piper now. See what she has to tell us.
Well, well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
We need help.
We need help, Piper. This man named Kellogg kidnapped my baby. But that wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Sean.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg? Huh.
Man like that would have had access. In and out.
But we both know that angle isn't going to work.
Because he's dead.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
Doesn't matter what he knew. I'd kill him again in a heartbeat.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may
Nobody
not need
likes
the
me.
man at all.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, It'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
Okay.
I hope you're right, Nick.
Let's see. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I
have
know
some
it's
right here in my
grisly, but
pocket.
what choice do we have? Got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
I thought it was interesting, so I brought it with me.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so who's coming with you?
I have to go to the memory den either way if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. But if you want to head there together, just say so.
All right, Nick. Well, if you're already going, then I guess I'll take Piper.
I'll head out with Piper. We'll meet you there, Nick.
Sounds good. You two stay out of trouble. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
With Piper with me, there's no telling what kind of trouble we'll get into. All right. Okay, so now we are heading over to Good Neighbor, which we've been close to before already. It's right over here. It's close to that park where I showed you guys the behemoth. It's just past there, so I'll jump to it and meet you guys there. Okay, so we finally made it, because this place is filled with gunners and raiders and super mutants and feral dogs and everything. Okay, so here is Good Neighbor. We made it. Let's go inside where it's safe. Hey, found Good Neighbor. Yeah.
Hey, hold up there. First time in Good Neighbor? You can't go walking around without insurance.
Oh, insurance, you say?
Unless it's keep dumb assholes away from me insurance, I'm not interested.
Now don't be like that. I think you're gonna like what I have on offer. You hand over everything you got in them pockets, or accidents start happening to you. Big, bloody accidents.
Whoa, time out. Someone steps through the gate the first time, they're a guest. You lay off that extortion crap. Good to see you again, Nick.
Hancock?
What do you care? She ain't one of us.
No love for your mayor, Finn?
Nick is the best.
Said let her go.
You soft, Hancock. You keep letting outsiders walk all over us. One day, there'll be a new mayor.
Come on, man. This is me we're talking about. Let me tell you something.
Do you hear it? Do you hear
Why'd you
that?
have to go and say that, huh?
Oh,
Breaking
you're
my
so-
heart over here.
Oh,
You alright, sister?
Oh. Hi. Yep, I'm good.
fine. Thanks for taking care of him.
Good. Now don't let this incident taint your view of our little community.
Ah, it's
Good
the same
neighbors
as
of the
anywhere
people,
else.
for the people. You feel me? Everyone's welcome.
Good Neighbor. That what you call this place?
That's right. We cobbled this little neighborhood together out of the freaks and misfits that just wouldn't be accepted anywhere else. You'll see. You make enough friends here, you'll call this place home soon enough. So long as you remember who's in charge.
I see. Okay, see you later. Bye. All right. So once again, this is another pretty big community where there's a lot that you could do in it. I'll probably get around to doing some of that in the next episode, but right now we're going to go straight to Dr. Amari. Okay, so Dr. Amari is inside the memory den, which is this humongous red door building that you really can't miss. So,
Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten about little old me.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt. Here for Amari, she's downstairs.
okay. Well, while we're walking through this place, there's also the Silver Shroud radio station. And also, we leveled up, so I'm gonna level up real quick.
Calling all Silver Shroud fans.
Because I want that
I got an
sniper
urgent
knocking
mission.
down.
If you're
a true fan, stop by the memory den and to talk to Ken Conley. The Silver Shroud needs you.
The Silver Shroud needs us! And he's at the memory den, which is where we are! Radio. Okay, so we'll check that one out in the next episode for sure, because that's a super fun quest. Okay, anyway, let's follow Nick. Down we go.
Dr. Amari?
Yes? I take it this isn't a social call.
Okay, so here in the memory den in the basement, there's another Robco Fun magazine. This one has Grognak the Barbarian. Huh? What? Are you talking to me? Oh, okay. Hi.
We
I have
need
a
your
brain.
help, Doctor. I need the memories from a man named Kellogg. But he's dead.
I know it's asking for a miracle, Amari, but you've pulled off the impossible before.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse.
Oh, I already
You
did
don't
that.
realize that the memory simulators
Ripped his
require
brain right out.
intact, living brains to function.
Please?
Nick told me you're the only one who could make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here it is.
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait, that's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Okay.
So the brain is still good, right?
Possibly. There's no sign of decay, so the tech is probably preserving the tissue,
Amazing.
injecting some kind of compound to keep it stable. But there's no way to access the memories inside without a compatible port.
You're talking about me, right? I'm an old synth. If the Institute built me out of similar parts, we might have an in.
Sounds
There
good.
could be long-term side effects.
Oh, doesn't
I
sound
don't
good.
know where to even begin with listing the risks.
Don't
No,
bother.
not my Nick.
I don't need to hear them. Plug me in, Doc.
Hey, I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Ah, you big old softy.
Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Okay.
Tell me you have a way past this, Doctor.
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use
Nothing is too strong
we
for a
load
single
both
mind.
you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
All right.
All right, let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
Okay.
See
Sounds
you on
good.
the other side.
Yep, see you on the other side, Nick. I'll see ya after I loot your friend's stuff. Okay, so we sit here. In the Ray Lounger, sit. Ooh, that's fancy pod. Oh, I can't move around. I'm already paralyzed. Don't stare at me, Piper. You're
Initiating brainwave
Judgmental
migration between
eyes.
the transplant and the host.
weirdo.
Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find.
Okay.
They might not be stable. Just
Sounds
hold
great.
on.
Hold on to what? You're going into my brain. Or I'm going into other people's brains? Nick's brain, who's carrying Kellogg's brain, so I'm diving through My brain is
Can you hear
going
me?
through 2 brains?
Ah, good.
Why are you
The
still
simulation
talking to me?
appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary.
Look, neurons.
I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
I'll just stare at the neurons. They're pretty. Pretty neurons.
There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
This? Oh, okay. Follow the neurons. Build me a bridge, little neurons. Let's go and see this memory. This should be interesting. What does Kellogg have to remember? Bye!
Folks, the final vote count from the House.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but
Remember,
she loved me
you are
in
experiencing
her way.
these memories as Kellogg.
And she
This may
protected me
prove
from Dad.
disorienting at first.
That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
On the goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep!
So Kellogg had an abusive father.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole. People always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
So he came from the NCR area.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for.
Okay, follow the
There
neurons.
appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
Here's the second memory.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone.
Is that really the
you
case,
may
though?
think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it.
Maybe you
Focus
don't.
on that petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like. It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know, but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
No, they
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe.
As you point it at your child.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
Yeah, totally.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got her. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
Let's keep looking.
I thought San
I'll connect you to
Francisco
the
was
next
my
intact
chance to
memory.
start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. And I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while.
So they're kind of trying to get you to relate with Kellogg and
How
his
did you
situation.
think this was going to end, Kellogg? You thought you could just with us, and we wouldn't with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
Pretty messed up.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
So he ticked off the wrong people and they murdered his family.
Mind if we...
I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. Suit yourself.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job is done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek away.
His mouth is stuck open.
Well, we seem to be getting closer.
What do we got here?
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute.
Yeah, until I decided to become App One.
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. So, you heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Which suited me just fine. You're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do,
Institute.
as you can see.
It exists.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I can see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Systems offline.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something.
So
We're
now we
running out of
know.
brain here. Ah, there's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting
had
now.
a daughter, and whenever we were facing him in the big showdown, he had commented saying, I'd like to think that's how I'd be if I, was a
Manual
parent
override
in the same
initiated.
situation.
Cryogenic stasis.
Which is exactly what he did
Suspended.
do. He hunted down his
Vault
family's
computers are still
killers and
working.
killed them.
That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders.
No.
Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends.
No.
Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
Find her.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving her alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller. Even if she somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If she could take me out, they won't be able to hide from her for long.
Wait, is his brain able to comprehend the
Fonzie
fact
says.
that he's dead?
The
Is that what they're
eggheads
saying?
never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it.
Contaminated.
Down the
You're
hall near the end.
contaminated.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but I never liked to.
Oh, but you still
But
did
it was better this way.
What a
Better than
nasty
taking
man.
his kid and leaving him alive.
Oh, really? It was better, was it? Bust out. Why isn't he moving?
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Is it over?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here, baby.
No. I got him!
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean!
Get the kid out of here. Let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again.
Yeah, thanks.
I found another intact memory.
Alright, here we go. Now what?
Is that your son?
That is
This
the
appears to
question.
be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Yeah, except that he's way older than a
It wasn't
baby.
my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back.
No, there's not.
I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Doesn't matter. You're a murderer.
Mayor, he's gonna be there this time. I probably shouldn't have even done.
Kellogg.
Ah!
The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple.
That seems
Smarter,
like a dangerous thing to design.
stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Here's his file. Please look it over and find him.
Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative.
Are you sad about it?
Your only mission is to locate
It's not yours.
and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
Did you tell him that you killed his parent? Teleporting coursers.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Don't say that, child.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, they vaporized him.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense.
Oh, is that what that
found the
was?
entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're
Okay,
ready.
yeah. I'm ready. Oh, exit.
Slow movements,
Right.
okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Homicidal. Oh.
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good. But I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
Sure.
There's more than one person who knows about the Institute. Virgil, that scientist who escaped.
I didn't know Institute scientists could defect. This changes everything. He could answer all sorts of questions. Where did
Yeah,
the
he
memory
could.
say he was? The glowing sea? That can't be right. No one would risk going there, not even to hide.
I will
If we need to
him.
find Virgil, then I'm going after him.
If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation there. It's called the glowing sea for a reason.
Yeah.
I'll find a
find
way
a
to
way.
get through the reds. Don't worry.
Good luck. And
Thanks.
be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Nick, are you okay? Great, Nick! Nick! Talk to me, buddy.
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Hello?
Is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
Oh. But I like you, Nick. You come
Let's
with me.
get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
Okay. You go where everyone else is. Just go. Okay, so we got to delve into Kellogg's memories, and we also made it to Good Neighbor. Woo! So in the next episode, we'll explore a little bit of Good Neighbor. I'll probably introduce you guys to a couple of the people in here that are of importance, and then we'll probably check out the Silver Shroud quest, because it's pretty awesome. So if you're enjoying, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. See ya!